See, the truth is honor. Honor is the truth. Without either, you're both in trouble, you know. So they've lost that. I haven't lost mine. I just haven't surrendered. I'm standing here in 1944. They said the war's over, but I don't believe it. No one told me it was over. No one that was in the truth told me it was over. All them liars went down the road and said it was over, but no one that I knew that was telling me the truth said it was over. So I guess it's not over as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, well, you got to start all over. See? And starting all over, you see that other people started all over, you know. And they started, and when they started, they tried. And when they tried, everyone said they failed, you know. Guy got out of prison, right? And he started doing an order thing, you know, to put things in order for the atmosphere, the water, the trees, wildlife, animals. And in putting this in order, he came across the people who didn't want it put in order, that they wanted deception, and that they fed on lies, that they sold and bought deceit, treachery, and that was their business. Their business was war. Their business was destroying other people's lives. They lived on the blood of children. So this man tried to put some order into it and was pushed off into a world war, because you learn, if you are a man of the mind and you think long enough, you come to the same conclusions that the only way you can put order into the world, or anything as far as that's concerned, you must take control of it. If you're going to fix a car, you have to have the car to fix it. If you're going to fix the world, you have to have control of the world to fix it. You can't stop cutting the trees down in Georgia and not stop cutting the trees down in Maine. You can't stop cutting the rainforest in Brazil and not stop cutting the rainforest in Oregon State. You've got to stop cutting trees down, period. There's no slack. There's no in-between. There's no controversy. There's no attitude. There's nothing towards it, but you must stop cutting the trees down or we're all going to die. So survival is the center in the vortex of justice. Laws and rules, regulations are made to serve man, to serve survival. So to serve survival, we must start all over and take stock on all the graveyards and look at, why have we been fighting all these years? What have we been struggling for? They always cover it up and never let us really know what the problem is. They'll cover it up with all kinds of confusion and never let the children know what's really going on. They just buy and sell their blood. And now it's come to the generation of children. It's like the man said, if you cut those trees, your children are not going to survive. And the man said, well, let them worry about that. I need the money now. And that now is dead. That now doesn't mean anything. That now was running in the money. The reality of that now is that we are the children. And we're the ones that have to worry about what other people done before us. So it all falls due. They say that the Holocaust was in the 40s, 30s and 40s from Germany. That's untrue. Man's war against man is not a Holocaust. That's a war. That's man's war against himself. God's war against man is the Holocaust. And what's coming now is God's war against man. The balance of what life is and what earth is and what man has done to that balance is coming back around and turning around in the ecology. You can't cut 3 billion trees every morning and expect to maintain life support systems on the spaceship Earth, because without those trees, we're all doomed. And it's the same thing with the ocean. All the contents of the ocean is becoming so polluted and so distorted by man's dumping and puking off into the atmosphere that he's got to stop all that. So when we of the 60s, the children of the 60s, tried to stop the wars of the past in the economy and start all over and get order into function of where we can have some say-so over the land, rather than let the misguided money mongers that do nothing but make money and don't care about anything else but money take that from charge and put life instead, is difficult, because like the district attorney sold our efforts. He bought and sold the last chance we had for survival for the earth for his little helter-skelter trip, because he wants to control the black people and ride his big black horse and call himself a mafioso, which he's not a mafioso. He's a policeman. You can't be both. You can't be an underworld and an overworld also, you know. The Italians fell down, as usual. It's pretty traditional for those people to fall down, because they're always telling on each other or dropping the ball somewhere or another, you know. We tried to go through that courtroom and get our rights according to the Constitution of the United States of America, but wasn't given our rights, wasn't given a defense. When it come time to put the defense on, they just bulldozed and bullied everybody away like they're doing right now. We were supposed to go on Donahue yesterday, but Bugliosi bullied Donahue with the black woman. He uses the black men on one end to fuck all the white girls, going one way to make money, and then he uses all the black girls on the other end. You know, in other words, he's pimping the Protestant church. And then they wonder why the Irish and the Catholics are always fighting each other, because we're trying to save our blood. We're trying to save our children from the people who won't give us no slack at all. They won't give us our rights. We have to have enough money to buy rights. And the poor people, the people without education, don't have a chance, because we've got all those people from the European markets that our government has sold out to. They've given their companies away to Taiwan, and they've gave their company away to Korea. They've gave their lumber companies to Reverend Sun and Moon. They've gave their children away to Indian gurus and penitentiaries in Cuba, and everybody in the world's releasing their prisoners in the United States. And the United States won't even give their own children benefit of their own rights, where their fathers fought in graveyards or filled with our fathers and our brothers and all the veterans and people that fought for us. And then when we come back, our government don't appreciate it. They don't have any gratitude at all. All they do is buy and sell us on the other end. So how in the hell can a poor old honest hillbilly get any action going for his chickens and his cornfield and his horses and his cows? Because we got no voice. The people got no voice. The government is supposed to be we the people, but it's not we the people. The government has already been bought and sold. They've already sold our government. So the next move from that is, if the military could wake up, then the military could grab it up and run and take over the whole world. That's the only chance we got of survival, is to pick back up the same thoughts that our fathers had and raise it up from the grave, change the guards, change the guns, stand the men up to attention again, put them out in the field of honor, and start all over again. Forget Abraham Lincoln, because Abraham Lincoln was not a good guy. J.F. Kennedy was not a good guy. They sold their children for votes. They gave up their morals and their ideals and their ethics for money. They put their whole country and all the value systems of the whole country in money. I never noticed this until I left the United States. And when I left the United States, I seen other people of the world are not as money orientated